Hi, Todd here from Urban Sound Studio. Softube just released Flow Studio, which they describe as the ultimate control surface for the busy music producer. Well, it's no secret that I'm a fan of Console 1 mixing system, so today I want to see how it works alongside Console 1, and I also want to show you some of the top things I like about Flow Studio to see if it'll fit your workflow. Number 1, Studio Eye Candy. I kid you not, I'm putting it at number 1, but not for the reason you're thinking about. Let's dive on in and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right from the startup screen, things are impressive to a client and useful to the engineer. We have colorful bar graphs, correlation meters, gain reduction meters, EQ curves. We could see our reverb tail, or visualize moving a microphone on an amplifier. There are visualizations as we sound design repeats of a delay. Our clients can see vocal tuning, and when the DAW is shut down, we get a cool clock. Low latency guitar and bass tracking. Plug directly into any high impedance input, and you could adjust your sound of your amps, your cabinets, and more. Let's take a look. Here's a bass recorded with some amp sound, but it needs more vibe. We'll sculpt them with the flow. I also have some direct stereo guitars. And then this real thin double track guitar. Since none of my amp tracking was committed, I could continue to tweak amp flows later in my session. And double tracking is super easy since there are so many amp sounds that can be loaded and tweaked with speed. Now listen to the result. It's instant vibe and attitude. And of course, since you could run the amps with low latency, it means we could track directly through these guitar sounds. Bus metering. When used alongside Console 1 mixing system, Flow Studio gives you a great way to monitor what's going on your buses. Think drums, vocal stacks, or guitar stacks. Flow Studio becomes your bus processor and metering of what is going on. Here's a drum bus with metering on Flow Studio. Console 1 fader allows us to balance the individual tracks into the bus. I'll start by putting a flow right on the drum bus to pull everything together. Then, since we have so many individual drum flows, I could load a kick plug and chain. Or a snare chain. Now let's bring in the overheads. We'll sculpt them with the flow. Last, we will use the power of Flow Studio to monitor exactly what's going on with our bus frequency-wise. But Flow Studio goes even further with bus monitoring. It can actually become your mastering controller when paired with Flow Mastering.
I know it's crazy, but it's simple. I keep my life steady like a gimbal until it hits hard like a cymbal. Got bills right up the dupa. Whole song and dance like I'm taking Zumba.
I can tweak the final mix, but more importantly, I get bus feedback on loudness, stereo correlation, and of course, our frequency representation across the entire mix. It's a fast way to achieve a quick and great sounding master.
Players walk to the side, piggy ring to the moon, sipping wine. You will never catch me sloppy, even if you catch me getting groceries. My pockets stay empty. Oh, that reminds me, check the TD.
Save time, which means save money, which means happy client, when working with overdubs or creating stacks. Here's a lead vocal. We can track multiple takes while using Flow Studio to keep each take under control.
So clean on the outside, colors on my wrist match my ride. Players walk to the side, piggy ring to the moon, sipping wine. You will never catch me sloppy.
It also means the artist gets a great sound on playback.
My pockets stay empty. Oh, that reminds me, check the TD.
Here, I've doubled the vocal, and now we're saturating it within seconds.
So clean on the outside, colors on my wrist match my ride. Players walk to the side, piggy ring to the moon, sipping wine. You will never catch me sloppy, even if you catch me getting groceries. My pockets stay empty. Oh, that reminds me, check the TD.
Listen to these backing vocal stacks.
So clean on the outside, colors on my wrist match my ride. Players walk to the side, piggy ring to the moon, sipping wine. Yeah. Yeah.
While tracking, we can have all vocals run into a single instance of flow mixing.
Yeah. 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 Ow. So clean on the outside, colors on my wrist match my ride. Players walk to the side, piggy ring to the moon, sipping wine.
Then we could jump over to Console 1 channel for individual EQ, compression, and drive when we're all ready for the final mix.
So clean on the outside, colors on my wrist match my ride. Players walk to the side, piggy ring to the moon, sipping wine.
It means that we keep the flow of the artist while tracking without any downtime that could take away their confidence while you're tracking them in the control room. Effects Bus Controller. I always wanted to have a Lexicon-style LARC controller sitting on my desk. Well, this is the modern equivalent that sets a new standard. We have two buses in my vocal stacks. Let's get a smooth chamber set up for bus 1.
So clean on the outside, colors on my wrist match my ride. Players walk to the side, piggy ring to the moon, sipping wine. You will never catch me sloppy, even if you catch me getting groceries. My pockets stay empty. Oh, that reminds me, check the TD.
For the next bus, I'll focus on a delay and reverb sound to fit the track. It's a quick way to dial in effect buses, starting with great presets that we all tend to start with, but this time giving you control that you'll actually use.
So clean on the outside, colors on my wrist match my ride. Players walk to the side, piggy ring to the moon, sipping wine. You will never catch me sloppy, even if you catch me getting groceries. My pockets stay empty. Oh, that reminds me, check the TD.
And all of the flow controls on the hardware can be automated, making delay throws super musical. It's fun, it's creative, it's tactile, and you could actually let your client jump on in and have a bit of control. Let's check out some of the more quirky sounding flows. So here's a dry vocal.
Damn, Klarna took my last $10.
Let's add some creative flows that are fun to play with. We could get a cliched telephone effect.
Damn, Klarna took my last $10. Come on now, it's a hard pill to swallow. Damn. Took my last $10. Come on. Wait, hold up.
We have vocal distortion.
Come on now. It's a hard pill to swallow.
If you want instant T-Pain, hard tune your vocals.
Damn. Clarnod took my last $10. Come on now. It's a hard pill to swallow.
Vocoding is a quick way to get some creative synth-style sounds.
Clarnod took my last $10. Come on now. It's a hard pill to swallow.
Forget vocals. Want shimmer and drones? Flow Studio has that.
Damn! Clarnod took my last $10. Come on now. It's a hard pill to swallow. Damn! Clarnod took my last $10.
Set it and forget it with some lo-fi degradation.
Damn! Clarnod took my last $10.
Or let your client play around with automating some tape delay throws.
Damn! Clarnod took my last $10. Come on now. It's a hard pill to swallow. Damn! Took my last $10. Come on.
No matter what you pick, it makes effect processing tactile, creative, and fun. Thanks for watching. What did you think of Flow Studio? And if you're planning on getting one, how are you planning on using it within your workflow? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, please help support this channel by liking the video and hitting subscribe.